の調子も最高です。島風、今日は大活躍する予感。指揮官殿、見ていてくださいね。
Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 10 Japanese destroyer, the Shimakaze, the Azur Lane version of Shimakaze, which was given to me by Wargaming. It's the same ship, it just has the Azur Lane Shimakaze voiceover, and the ship looks a little different. That's it. Oh, and I guess it's a premium ship, which means that you can more easily move ship captains to it without having to retrain them. So, first things first. This was something I was asked recently: which torpedoes should you use on this ship? Should you use the 8km torpedoes or the 12km torpedoes? And the answer is that 8km torpedoes are trolling yourself. And the reason is simple. Every radar cruiser is going to have you within radar range if you have 8km torpedoes and you actually try to use them. The second problem is that when ships sail away, you have to be significantly closer than your maximum range. And well, ships are gonna sail away fairly often from you. Not every game, but sometimes they will, and in those cases, 8km torpedoes are just too short. Even if you go basically as close as you possibly can, it might not be enough. 12km torpedoes, on the other hand, are usable in that situation. Now, you might actually want to use 20km torpedoes. They're not great, because they have way worse concealment than the 12km torpedoes, and they're also slower on top of that, so they're very easily spotted, but people kind of get caught out on how far those torpedoes actually go, and it is possible to use strategies to like get behind the enemy lines and basically just torp along the line. Somebody's gonna run into them, and when they do, you can have some success. Oh, is this cruiser gonna eat torps? These torpedoes hit like a truck. Wow. We first blooded a light cruiser, a Sejong. Wow. He was not paying any attention to torpedoes. I mean, basically the same thing can happen with 20km torpedoes, right? Because those torpedoes were spotted long ago by the Sherman that threw hydro. And so the Sejong knew the torps were there, or, well, wasn't paying attention, and then got hit by them. In this case, maybe 8km torpedoes, well, other than the first strike, would have been fine, because that Schlieffen is pushing, and the Conqueror seems to be pushing too, so this is kind of the ideal position where 8km torpedoes would work well, right? Because you can position them yourself into a position where they have to push into you. But 12km torpedoes are almost as good, so I really do recommend the 12km torps. I'm really fishing. I don't really know if I'm gonna hit anything on the Conqueror. I would have liked to torp the Schlieffen, but she was far too far along. But we might get some success with Conqueror. The thing is that these torpedoes hit really, really hard, so like 2 hits will finish off that Conqueror already. The other thing that I would really recommend on a ship like Shimakaze is RPF, because it allows you to know where the closest enemy ship is. It means that I can actually try to push into the 2 battleships at the back, because RPF will keep an eye on where the Sherman is. Basically, my build is just go for the torpedo reload and torpedo speed, survivability, concealment, and RPF. Those are the priorities. Well, those are everything I take. Because you're a torpedo destroyer, you don't want to end up fighting other destroyers, with guns. Unless, you can't help it. So it's best if you can avoid them, and you just go spot, you annoy them, you torpedo ships, because the torpedoes are really, really scary, even to destroyers. You might be able to dodge them most of the time, but if you get hit by one in the wrong spot, your DD might die in a single torpedo. Also, right now we're going to test out the torpedo bulges of this Vermont. He's playing with his speed. It might be pretty easy for him to avoid them, but I really want to land a lot of torps so he actually sinks from this. Also, another thing is, RPF is pointing at the Vermont, right? Let's imagine that there was a hidden enemy destroyer somewhere around here. In this situation, I would know that I don't have to worry about that DD because the Vermont is shown as the closest ship. If it would suddenly change, then I would know. Oh, Vermont, you're in trouble, buddy. You're in a lot of trouble. Damn, almost. I mean, 6 torp hits is extremely good, but I was hoping to get a devastating strike there. Oh well, it is what it is. I guess I should turn around and go again. The reason I turned backwards is, I mean, look at the minimap. Look at where my teammates are. That Schlieffen, by the way, is still there. The Humphreys on my team is extremely far. Napoli, they're all really far, so if the Sherman decides to push me, I think I will just die. But the Sherman seems to be content with just shelling, so I'm gonna go again. Although maybe I should have just kept going towards the Satsuma, because then I would be in a better position to actually torp him. Maybe I can actually catch the Sherman with a torpedo. Actually, yeah, with the way Sherman is going, I want to torp something like this anyway, because of the Satsuma, right? Satsuma might just run into them regardless. So maybe we'll get lucky on the Sherman too. Like, we might get 2 birds with 1 stone. Although, I suspect that this destroyer player is a bit too good to just get hit by these. Especially because he might have Hydro. Let's draw aggro. Maybe he doesn't pay attention and gets hit by a torp. Oh, no, he's paying attention. Damn it! I mean, I got very close to him, but not quite close enough. On the other hand, though, he did use his smokescreen, and we got a bunch of damage on him. Oh, Satsuma's still gonna get hit by the torps. See? If you had 20 kilometers, they would still work. Wow, that's a strong torp belt. That's a strong torp belt, but not strong enough. You know what this voiceover reminds me of? The Shimakaze? Reminds me of Miyuki. Only thing that's missing is Onisama. Anyway, now it's just the... Oh, Sherman has high drop. This is not good. I need to run. Because once that SAP starts opening up, it's gonna eat my HP very quickly. Yeah, that's like, what, 30%? Maybe a little more of my HP already gone? In just such a brief moment, to just a few shells? Oh, we actually hit him! He's in the smoke, so we can just keep firing. I think, even if he comes out of the smoke, it would still be okay to fight him. Wait, there was actually another enemy destroyer there. Wow! Well, there was a Yamagiri, but we're fine. Even if we fight the Sherman in open water though, right now, it doesn't matter. She's the last ship. There's no way my teammates would allow the Sherman to actually kill me, right? Right? I trust the Musashi. He's gonna nail the Sherman the moment she pops up again. Maybe we'll get lucky with a torpedo even. I wonder where he's going. If I was the Sherman, I would have hunted myself down. Probably the easiest ship to fight. Well, definitely the easiest. Okay, technically the Jaeger is probably easier, but he has a lot more backup. Oh, there she is. She's playing with her speed. Well done, Sherman. You avoided the first hit. Well, not from everyone, though. Come on. Nice. No Kraken. Still missing 1 kill, but hey, this was like a nice 10-minute game. And we're at 190k damage. I like playing Shimakaze. I think it's a great ship, and I like Azur Lane Shimakaze because it's a premium ship, which means I can use my special captains like Yamamoto on her. 2,456 base XP. I am very satisfied with it. Also, I do very much like the voiceover of Azur Lane Shimakaze. She's a pretty good voice actress. But I do have to say, with this game, it was pretty much perfect for me. No CVs, no submarines, no annoying radars on this side of the map. This was pretty much as good as they come. Oh, and the enemies weren't paying attention to the torpedoes that were incoming, right? Like, the Sejong just 8 torps, the Satsuma just 8 torps, the Conqueror just 8 torps, the Vermont just 8 torps. I don't know, I guess they were really hungry or something. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.